Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are on to part 3 of the Teen Driving Premiums activity, and this is our final video on this particular activity. Alright, so this is time to expand to calculating our net pay using composition of functions. So a composition function is a function within a function. Alright, composition functions can be written as f of g of x. Notice that we're using this open dot as our of, or g of f of x. So in this case, if f of x is 3x and g of x is x minus 4, then the composition f of g of x is 3 times x minus 4. Because what you're essentially doing is taking f of x, but instead of x, you're using g of x in place of the variable x. So g of x is substituted into the f of x function. So this is another way to write it. So what would g of f of x look like? Well, g of x looks like this right here. We would have something in place of x and then minus 4. Now, if we want to put f of x in place, then we want to take this 3x right here and basically put it into those parentheses. So it would just be 3x minus 4. Now, are these two expressions equal? Well, let's set them equal and see. We have 3x minus 4, and does that equal 3 times the quantity x minus 4? Now for this, you would actually need to distribute that 3 to both the x and the minus 4. So you have 3x minus 4 equals 3x minus 12. Now if you subtract 3x from both sides, you get negative 4 equals negative 12. Now that is never possible, which means that these are not equal. Right. Now let's take a look at this in a situation. So the amount on your paycheck is your hourly wage times the number of hours you work minus 20% for taxes. So let's assume that you're 18 or older and you're dealing with minimum wage, which currently is $10 per hour. All right, so we're going to play around with this number. Now you write two functions, one representing your total, which we're going to call the gross pay, and one representing the amount that, instead of deducted for taxes, let's go ahead and take a look at this as left after taxes. All right, so f of x is going to be the gross pay, and the amount deducted for taxes, or in this case, left after taxes, is g of x. Sorry, I have a cat trying to invade the set. Give me one moment. All right, so if we were to write these two equations, we would have f of x for our gross pay is going to equal our pay per hour times the number of hours. Now g of x is essentially going to be whatever we had for f of x minus 20% of f of x, because we're taking off 20% for taxes. And if we simplify this, we get basically 1 of the f of x minus 2 of the f of x, which gives us 0.8 times f of x. All right, now this right here is essentially g of f of x. All right, we're looking at 0.8 being left over if we put our gross pay in place of the x for g of x. Now if we go ahead and actually work this out. All right, so this was our one composition function representing our final pay, which is our net pay, so the pay after taxes. Now, if we substitute one function into the other and we actually simplify, we'll see what we're going to be calculating each paycheck. So g of f of x is going to equal the 0.8, and then we have to substitute this 10x in place of f of x where we previously had that. All right, and if we simplify this, we are now going to have, let's see, 8x as our new function. So we get to keep $8 for every 10 we get paid when we're paying 20% in taxes. All right, so let me know your questions down below, and I'll see you in class.